Well, we're nearly there. We've got the slow working. We've not quite yet got the fast because we've had problems with the viaduct, so we've taken the wires off that, but we'll rewire that later this afternoon, and then it's all working. The automatic signals are working.
Brilliant.
I've just got to get the rest bits working. Most of the locos went away overnight to be chipped or to be programmed and didn't turn up today, so we're a bit short on things to run around, but fundamentally it works, and that's, we've still got a few things to iron out, but I'm happy. Today's made the decision that I'm going to automate all the signals before we open on Saturday, because I think it makes such a difference for people when you see the lights changing as it goes past, rather than Elliot trying to change them all as the engines go past. We've got enough to do to worry about running the trains without worrying about, the signals. To be honest, there's a couple of unusual signals on this layout that are a little bit out the norm. So,
can you tell us about them?
Yeah, I mean, we've got, when you go over the viaduct, you'll see on the videos that it goes to yellow, it doesn't go to red, because that's not a red stop signal, that is a yellow distance signal. And so, in fact, it probably should be a two-aspect signal, just green and orange, because it's a tunnel, but it's not, there's plenty of room to get past it. So, and of course, what the other thing is, because we're cheating, you need 3 or 4 sections after that signal to turn that back to green.
Are we telling people about the cheat?
Yeah, we're telling people about the cheat.
Okay.
Which is,
out the bag, isn't it?
yeah, so because we haven't got full sections, and we've got these sections that work, but you haven't got 3 more sections after the tunnel to make that tunnel go, yellow, double yellow, green. What we've got is a timer on that one only that does it automatically for you, so it gives you the impression that the trains are going further on. So, and that will happen also, by the way, on the Watford tunnel at that end. They will also have to have cheats on them, because there's nothing after them but the fiddle yard. So we're not going to wire the fiddle yard up for DCC, because that is definitely too much to do.
And your control panels, you've got mimic panels around the side. Come and have a look at those in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we made a mistake originally on the mimic panels by putting them underneath the gubbins. We soon realised that laying on your back in a barn on the cold or on Chester Cathedral floor isn't the ideal thing to do. So we've now mounted them on the sides of the board and covered the gubbins with a box. Fantastic. It's dead easy. You want to change a wire, you want to do something, you can literally go to it. Like with all layouts, laying on your back ain't fun. So we've learnt that. I guess we've learnt that. But the great thing about all this is, like, as you know, it's plug and play, and it's taken off all the emphasis off us. We haven't had to do all that wiring. We haven't had to worry about that. We've just gone to you and said, this is what it does, and you've gone, fine. Plug it there, plug it here, push a button, and it works.
There you go. And of course, we're not open yet at the cathedral, so we're on second setup day, I guess. And you've got trains running already.
Yeah, I mean, we had a serious problem yesterday, which has put us back really a good half a day, in that we've never been able to put this up in one piece.
And this is over 84 feet, is it?
It's 70 feet long.
Okay.
So effectively, what happened is, where one of the boards is half an inch short. Okay, so when we put them in, it wasn't square at that end. It was slightly sort of like that, right, and it pushed the viaduct out. So we've had to do a lot of work on the back of the viaduct to make it work all the way through. And that's the only problem we found. So it's not bad when you think we've built it completely without putting it together. Only when we plugged the DCC in yesterday, we only got one set of shorts, and that was because me, being clever, went red, black, red, black, red, black on one end of the board, and on the other end of the board, black, red, black, red, black, black, red. So, you know, that gives for a short.
And that's the first time you had a DCC signal on this layout?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we had no more shorts, that was it. And, you know, we spent an hour trying to find the short, until somebody said, perhaps this is your problem, black, red, not red, black. Oh, yeah, that was me. Because they'd done it upside down. When you do it with the board flat, it was easy. But because it was a lovely day and it was outside, we tipped the board, and of course we lost one end.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for the introduction.
Pleasure.
And I look forward to seeing this when we've got the public in.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing trains pass, which we can't do. We will do after lunch, but at the minute I can't because I've only got. We're starting to put the stock up, and we haven't got enough engines to run one way. Oh, I'm sure we have. I'm sure I'm now going to work that out. Right, we can do this. Let's do this.
So let's follow the layout from right to left. It's beautiful modelling. Catenary. Back to the entrance and exit of the tunnels. These signal controllers were a figment of my imagination 4 weeks ago. And from that we've gone to prototyping. I gave Pete a load to stick on and he plugged them in the way that they were set up, and lo and behold, they worked. Here's the slow line. Beautiful bridge. We'll come back and have a look at that in a minute. Into the tunnel. Beautiful bridge.
Yeah, I reckon that's a massive stroke of publicity to get people to go and do, because they're very vaccinated.
So I put your name on, Dave.
Oh, thank you.
Without you.
And when all
Yard's full.
yes.
Well, there's two container trains in them now. Long ones in them, not stacked there.
Thing is,
There's another lot. Aaron's got a grand worth of stuff in that box.
the full-length trains look lost, though, don't they? It's so.
I say, that's a 12-coach train of mine, that blue and grey, and it looks lost in here.
Yeah. This morning when I came, this wiring was all lying on the floor, so I've lashed it up, and then it'll get the appropriate covers on shortly. Here's the block detector on the end. And for the first time ever on this layout, we're going to see a train oppose each other on the main line. So I hope you'll agree it's a rather impressive installation. I say the public haven't seen it yet. It's just been set up for about a day at this point. When the rolling stock goes on, I think it's going to look very impressive. Can't wait to see it run. And when we finally get all the signals wired up, at the moment we've just got this side of the main line. There'll be plenty to look at then. Plenty of lights, plenty of action, plenty of movement. Beautiful. Beautiful. There's the Pullman. So here's one of the fiddle yards. Track's all marked. Is anything coming towards us? No, they've all stopped. If we look at what's controlling all these points, we've got servos installed. And the servos are connected to a yours truly Servo Controller. And that's it for the entire installation. All the wires are dangling all through because they've just been put together in a hurry, as always, and they'll be tidied up later on. And controlling the Servo Controller is a mimic panel. And we have 3 mimic panels on this layout. We have one on this side of the fiddle yard, one on the other end. I put the cover back. Oh. So we're at this mimic panel. And we've just got a smattering of stock. There was a lot of different stock here yesterday and it's all disappeared to be chipped up. I suppose it's the beauty of DCC. When it works really, really well. It's just a huge fiddle yard. Trying to avoid wires and things. And here at the other end, another panel. This has a mini panel processor in it. There's the Servo Controller. So if I want to operate a crossover, I can just press the button and it'll change to crossover. Press it again and it changes back. And this crossover, press, moves, lights show which way the points are, so it's going to do the crossover and straight back, and it's set to straight. And on the scenery side, we have a mimic panel here, and this is so that we can cross the main line to the main line over the slow line. And before the signal controllers came, we have this, Pete's pride and joy. I've heard him swear many a time when he's been doing this, swapping connectors, putting them on back to front, but these are the rotary switches that control the signals. But where we've got the outer line hooked up to the signal controller, these are redundant, and very shortly the plan is to remove this panel completely. This side of the fiddle yard, still walk down. Now when it comes to the signal controllers, I need to say Pete's actually done all the wiring himself. I gave him a user guide, a draft one, and I gave him 5 controllers and said, these are the first 5 I've got, get on with it, let me know how you go. And would you believe it, they're up and running. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.